Hello everyone, I'm NTom64.
I'm the Flameclaw.
And welcome to the HellfireComms playthrough of the Grand Prix mode of Mario Kart World. Boy, it's been a while since we last worked together, Flame.
Yeah, we were just talking before we started. It was Shadow Generations back in November, the most recent thing we did together, so we got some catching up to do here.
Indeed, and what better way for Flame and I to hang out with than Mario Kart, really? Let's see, I guess we'll go default for this, and yeah, we'll go with the standard kart. We're going to do each cup at 150cc, and starting with the Mushroom Cup, we have Mario Bros. Circuit, Crown City, Whistle Stop Summit, and DK Spaceport.
After Mario Kart 8 Deluxe being a thing, or Mario Kart 8 in general being a thing for nearly a full decade, it does seem kind of strange the fact that we have this completely new Mario Kart game here, because I sort of ended up conditioning myself to just see Mario Kart 8 as its own entity for a while, you know?
Yeah, for sure. The gimmick with this one is that it's an entirely interconnected world. There are set paths you will go on for each cup, but if you choose to go in free roam mode, you can explore to your heart's content. Now, I won't call this divisive exactly, but there are, of course, still portions of the fanbase that prefer the traditional free lap course sort of thing, and then you have people who have fully embraced the new style. I'm sort of in the middle, really. What about you, Flame?
Well, I have opinions.
Ooh.
When I say that, I would say that for your first playthrough, I think that like the Grand Prix kind of guide you from one track to the next works really well. It's like a good introduction to the titular Mario Kart world itself. But I would say I would like them to bring in like more traditional Grand Prix at some point, because these tracks themselves are really cool. There are some really good tracks in this game, and I feel like being able to play them in a more traditional style would let you appreciate that a bit more.
Oh, I don't think I ever knew about that jump up there, but don't worry, we're starting slow here. Definitely not going to end up in second place on the very first course, that's for sure.
You better not bugger up too much, because I do see that one of the decisions for this game that was also there with 8 Deluxe, admittedly, is that it's put you on the little tutorial antenna thing off the bat, so you can't drive off the track even if you wanted to right now.
Ah, I see. We'll change that on the second lap, don't you worry. As you can see, we have adaptive weather and a day-night cycle, so even if you're playing the same course, it will feel different each time you play it, which is pretty great, honestly.
Yeah, it's borrowing thing from a game we've also covered, a racing game. Sonic R did that as well.
Ooh, well, I don't know if that's the best comparison. The gulf of quality is quite immense there. And check this out, we got grinding now.
Yes, so that's the thing with each Mario Kart game. They do like to bring in some new control gimmicks or just general track gimmicks. In 8 we had all the anti-grav stuff. In this game we've got grinding. They've changed how the swimming works, or like the water section works, which we'll see in later tracks. So it's like there's some new things to get used to here. You're gonna have to put that muscle memory to one side for this game.
Indeed. Speaking of, actually, you don't like have to hold a button to hold stuff behind you anymore. That's automatic. That I have seen a bit of discourse about. That is a point of contention.
See, that's the sort of thing that, like, I understand why it feels wrong when you first play it, but it also makes sense as a decision.
Right.
Because if you're playing and you know what you're doing in Mario Kart, you always have just kind of held your shell or your banana behind you until you need it anyway, because it's like that's how you play defensively. So it's kind of just making that a more immediate thing rather than just giving you that extra button you have to press.
I guess so. I just like the weight of my finger on the button Here is a new thing for Mario Kart World. You drive from course to course here, and if you're playing the Knockout Tour mode, which I don't think we'll be covering, I'll just go over the details here. That is just one long race from start to finish, and boy howdy was the AI well known for being very aggressive in that mode. Mostly if you drifted, I noticed.
We'll say, like, I did eventually beat all of the Knockout Tour Cups, but it took some doing. It is very much like, it's the sort of Battle Royale kind of dynamic, so you will get a lot of cases where you're doing really well, and then in like the last 30 seconds of a track, you kind of get overtaken and you lose. And it's like, that's always been a thing with Mario Kart, but usually it's like at the end of a 2 or 3 minute track, rather than you've been in first place for like the last 8 minutes and suddenly oops, gotta do it again.
Yeah, that happened to me on one of them, and two fuckers like drove across the starting line.
There's one in particular, I forget the name of the track, but it's like there's this one corner right at the end, and the AI knows how to cut the corner. And so if you're not on top of your game there, you're gonna have a bad time.
So we had Mario Bros. Circuit to start with. That was a pretty cool, like, canyon-based thing. Now we have Crown City.
Mario Bros. Circuit track, I really like the fact that it is a different kind of layout. Because, like, usually for the opening course on a Mario Kart game, it's your generic circuit track, isn't it? It's like, you just know what to expect. Like, sometimes it's Mario, sometimes it's Luigi or Toad, but like, it's the same general idea. Whereas this game, I feel like they were leaning more into like the adventurous aspect there by having your like desert circuit next to the diner. You know, it's a bit more out there. It kind of gives you the idea of what the game's about.
Well, is desert the same as canyon when it comes to video game tropes?
Well, there's sand everywhere.
I can't get used to it.
I am very simple. It's the same reason why I make no attempt to differentiate between forests and jungles. It's like, if there's trees everywhere, same thing.
Fair enough. Donkey Kong has taken the crown, which is very apt because I'm, well, I should still be putting out parts of Donkey Kong Bonanza at the time this video goes live. And I'm going to say it, I think it's better than Odyssey.
I haven't got around to beating it yet, but what I've played so far has left a very good impression. Has the same sort of gameplay loop as Odyssey, where it's like, whether you're playing for hours at a time or whether you're just playing for 20 minutes, you can just go in and do something and get that like little shot of dopamine from like finding the bananas in the same way you would find the moons.
Alright, here we go.
I will say, looking at him here now though, although I like Donkey Kong's new design in the context of Bonanza, I do still sort of miss the rare one.
Although, when you put them side by side, you see the fucking Muppet aesthetics, and it's like,
We'll see, putting them side by side for me, I see the rare one as like the more, I guess, kind of polished design, because it's more kind of like put together, whereas this is like your slightly goofier Donkey Kong.
It's okay, you can say the Seth Rogen variant.
Well, I still haven't got around to watching the film, so I don't really have that sort of mindset to it.
Really? I guess we'll have to have a movie night then, mate.
Yeah, at some point, because like it's been that bit of a blind spot for me with the Mario series. Like I saw people talk about the film, and I guess I just never got around to it.
You and me, we're both Sonic and Mario fans, but I would say we lean a lot more to the Sonic side, right?
I grew up as a Sega kid, and that never really leaves you.
So here we got Whistle Stop Summit. We're coming round the mountain now to the summit itself.
As we just saw just then, the rail grinding is not just a gimmick. Like, you can do jumps and tricks off of the rails to kind of either just like look cool, or in some cases it can like get you a boost of speed from the little dash you get when you land.
It's a trade-off really, because to do this you have to hold the drift button down while going completely straight.
Yeah, you do have to set up your jump, and there's that like risk versus reward, because sometimes you'll try that and you'll end up jumping into a wall and it completely stops you dead in your tracks.
There's even like a couple of places, we'll see one actually in the next course we're going to, the end of the Mushroom Cup, where speedrunners have found that it's quicker to just race normally rather than do like wall jumps and whatnot.
Yeah, that is one thing I have noticed, and just in general when you're playing it, like, it is your style over substance for your gameplay style here. It's really like, do you want to look cool or do you want to win more easily?
We're kind of like both of them, honestly.
Oh, too bad. Pick one.
Here we go. Damn you, DK! You...
Yeah, that happens a lot.
You motherfucker. Okay, so I've come in first once, and I've come in second twice. Let's see how the points are affected by this. Ooh, you...
Well, not to worry you or anything, but the next place we're going to is actually DK's turf, so good luck.
Okay, this is one of the cooler original tracks in the game, DK Spaceport. But before we get to the place itself, we're going to have to do the intermission first.
That's kind of what I'm getting at, of like, it's cool that you do get to explore the world like this, but when we get to the track itself, this track is just so fucking cool, and I kind of wish we'd spent more time on it.
Yeah, for sure. A classic mode would mitigate those issues, I feel.
It's the sort of thing that I imagine, like, maybe a year or so in, they might patch in, because that's something that happened a lot with 8. Like, 8 was very bare bones when it came out, but then they started adding in things like, we got the 200cc, we got new tracks, we got new characters. I feel like any less favourable opinions I do hold toward this game right now, I think are kind of mitigated by the fact that this game is obviously going to get a lot of long-term support. Like, Mario Kart is one of Nintendo's flagship series, especially on the multiplayer front, and multiplayer games do tend to get a lot more support than single-player games.
One would hope so.
If you think back to how Mario Kart 8 was when it first came out on the Wii U, like, we had that dog shit battle mode, we only had the initial tracks. Going from just the 8 courses to the eventual run, where the 8 cups, to the eventual, like, 96 courses that you could, like, go through. Like, I don't think we'll get that much post-game support, because that was, like, a very unique situation, but I can still see Nintendo doing some cool shit with this game.
There we go, the classic music is starting to come in, and we have reached the spaceport proper.
Look at the mecha Donkey Kong.
Oh, I love it. You'll notice that I'm tricking multiple times in a row. I believe that's new to World, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's very All-Stars Racing transformed in its trick style, because like, that was something you could do in that game that was always really satisfying. There you go, that's the Donkey Kong riff, which will turn a blind eye to the fact that they literally just ripped this bassline from the Ballad of John Yoko, but okay.
You with your musical references, me with my own, I only listen to video game soundtracks references.
It's alright, I love the Beatles.
Round the corner. You'll notice that, like, instead of laps for this, we kind of have, like, checkpoints.
Yeah, that's something that... I think that was 8 that brought in, wasn't it? I don't think that was in 7. But, like, they're definitely making more use of it here. World setup kind of does facilitate that, but even, like, the original tracks when you play them in, like, their own versus mode thing, like, that does happen as well. And you're a dolphin.
Jesus, oh, there's cheeps everywhere. That was the Kamek weapon. He will go down the track and turn all your competitors into different, like, mook enemies. And this is the only way to unlock those.
Yeah, so some of the extra characters are unlocked the traditional way, but some of them you just have to get lucky. Oh, thank God. He took 7th. I win! I win, you banana hoarding piece of shit! I enjoyed the delay between you checking that you actually won before gloating.
Alright, take us to the victory screen, Mr. Mario.
in its own time, because the Switch 2 doesn't have the SSD loading, unfortunately.
No, but it does use the Express SD cards.
It's faster than the original Switch, which is a good thing.
There he is. Rah. And of course, us in first place, Mario-san. Oh, you love to see it. So folks, that was the Mushroom Cup of Mario Kart World. We're probably going to put up a couple of cups per week, and this will coincide with the conclusion of Donkey Kong Bonanza. This is a rarity for HOC, because it essentially means this is the first time in our history we have run a console's entire lineup back to back. Next cup, let's go. And we got that lovely banana munching dude himself. Alright, let's move on.